money. Does that name ring a bell to anybody in the room? Because your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds madrasas, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko-Haram, ISIS-Khorasan, terrorist training camps. That's what it's funding. If you think that the program under Operation Enduring Sentinel entitled Women's Scholarship Endowment, which receives $60 million annually, or the Young Women Lead, which gets about $5 million annually, is going to women who, by the way, if you read the Inspector General's report, is telling you that the Taliban does not allow women to speak in public. Yet somehow you're believing, and American people are supposed to believe, that this money is going for the betterment of the women in Afghanistan. It is not. You are funding terrorism, and it's coming through USAID. And it's not just Afghanistan, because Pakistan's right next door. USAID spent $840 million in the last 20 years on Pakistan's education-related program. It includes $136 million to build 120 schools, of which there is zero evidence that any of them were built. Why would there be any evidence? The Inspector General can't get in to see them. But you know what? We doubled down and spent $20 million from USAID to create educational television programs for children unable to attend the physical school. Yeah, they can't attend it because it doesn't exist. You paid for it. Somebody else got the money. You are paying for terrorism. This has got to end. I yield, Mr. Chairman. This, Al-Qaeda, Boko.
It's like everything this APC government, what they did to remove PDP then and they came to power, everything is now falling back at them now because as it is, we heard about this Binance man in Nigeria that was being frustrated in Nigeria. Right now, this guy is exposing a lot of secrets in America.
I think it's very clear because from what I have currently, the man, Gabayan, is making it very clear that Nigerian government under APC, under Tinubu, distorted facts. And the man have challenged everybody to come and perhaps bring evidence to challenge him whether he's right or wrong. In the first place, the $20 billion US that the Biden was accused of funneling out of Nigeria, the man said is a lie. The man said if 20 billion in question was a figure Binance gave to CBN on inquiry, and that the 20 billion in question is the money that is being traded by Nigerians under their platform. It doesn't imply that the money left Nigeria. Having said that, the man went further to allege, let me put it allegation because it is subject to verification. The man went further to allege that some lawmakers, about 3 of them, demanded that he paid them bribe through cryptocurrency. Though, according to the man, he never paid. And recall that at the point, it was alleged that one of those Binance directors, executive, escaped from lawful custody. But the man is equally alleging that the man they are alleged to have escaped from lawful custody may have paid money to lobby his way, exposing Nigerian system, Nigerian government personnel to corruption. And the man is challenging everybody he's mentioning to come forward with evidence if they say he's telling lie. The man even took on Nigerian National Security Advisor, talking about Nuhu Ribadu, that Nuhu Ribadu overestimated himself in the international level. That even the reason Tinubu could not meet Joe Biden when they went for hunger, UN General Assembly last time, was because Ribadu messed up the whole thing. That Ribadu met with the then US National Security Advisor, overestimated himself, overrated himself. As such, he jeopardized the opportunity of a Tinubu meeting with Joe Biden. So I think if Nigeria is a safe society by now, we should be seeing a serious investigation to unravel what actually transpired, whether actually the man is saying the truth or he's making a wrong allegation against Nigerian government officials.
Pastor Matthew, once again, Biafra all over the world, they are jubilating now because we thought maybe probably because of the hatred Buhari government have against the Ipob that make him to proscribe Ipob as a terrorist organization. But we are shocked when under this Tinubu government, they also do the same thing that a terrorist is Ipob is a terrorist organization. Yes, recent now during this Donald Trump cabinet now, I just watched the video this morning. They've come out and named people who are sponsoring Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, the rest of them, that the money that the US are giving to Nigerians, they are indirectly channeling it to sponsor these terrorists, this Boko Haram, the rest of them in the north.
I think the revelation came from a US congressman talking about Scott Perry, who alleged that the United aid that comes to different countries is being used to sponsor terrorism. He mentioned Al-Qaeda, he mentioned Boko Haram. Of course, the one that concerns us is Boko Haram. And the point is, it is not yet clear how the money is being diverted or how the money ends up being used to sponsor terrorism in Nigeria like Boko Haram. But the point is, all the aid coming to Nigeria, or rather Africa, through the United States of America or other world developed countries, I am not even surprised or I'm not against America stopping such aid. Because for me, such money do not get to the target audience or the recipients. It ends up being mismanaged. If they could mismanage the budget that is their budgeting for developmental project in the country, who says they cannot misappropriate, divert the money that is meant for maybe aid from outside country. Remember that not too long ago, Betedu, who was the Minister for Disaster Management, was suspended on allegation of paying money meant for the vulnerable in Lagos State and Akwa Ibom into private accounts. But are you not surprised that many months after her suspension, not much is being heard whether she has been indicted, whether she has been fired, whether the suspension is subsist, and how long does she want to continue to stay in suspension? So everything about this country, when it comes to governance, when it comes to money meant for the people being spent, is being shrouded in secrecy.
Yeah, Pastor Matthew, before I will let you go, one will say of recent, CDF Musa Christopher was being denied. Canadian government denied him visa. Is it all about all these allegations that the US is trying to unveil to the world that make Canadian government to deny Nigeria top military officer Canadian visa? Or some people are saying it could be what happened during the NSAS in 2020. What is your opinion about that?
Whatever anybody is saying is speculative anyway. Nobody can actually ascertain the reason behind it because as at the time they were denied visa, the embassy in question did not make it public the reason they were denied visa. But for me, I think it is not in the place of National Security Advisor of Nigeria, talking about no Robado, to come to the public and start making the public issue because he ended up in
sorry, sir. Could you make mention of Robado just now that Robado was part of they accused him that he was a problem why Tinubu could not meet Joe Biden. Now it's still on the air. He's the one that is taking this rumor up and down. Does it mean this Robado is a big problem to Tinubu government? Before you continue for your where I stop it.
Robado is starting out to be a burden. Don't forget that even before now, we're actually seeing the likes of RFI coming out to accuse Robado that Robado in the past accused Tinubu as a governor of being corrupt. And currently, we are seeing so much accusation from Gabayan, the finance director. We have seen this recent visa denial of Nigerians by the Canadian embassy. Though it's not clear the reason they were denied visa. But however I look at it, it was not in the place of Nigerian government through maybe the office of the NSA to start questioning or rather speculating it in the public to determine why the visa was denied. I think they should have kept quiet and left it at that level.
They should have kept quiet and left it for that level. On a final note, now that the question I asked you before now that America now have measured the Qaeda, Boko Haram, they did not describe Ipob as a terrorist. What message do you have for Nigerian government now for describing Ipob as a terrorist?
I think the way it is left for Nigeria. But what I can clearly say is, if Nigeria is doing the right thing, they should have even proscribed and declared herdsmen terrorist organization because global terrorism just sees them as such.
Okay, now if you say maybe some people will say that Nigerian government, especially Tinubu now, is afraid of the Fulani. If he declare Fulani herdsmen terrorist organization, they might look at it that is describing a whole tribe as a terrorist. But one will also say that this Ipob, we know the full meaning of Ipob. Ipob is indigenous people of Biafra. Now that you are declaring Ipob a terrorist organization, it does not simply mean that you are declaring Biafra a terrorist.
The thing is clear, just like you said, IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra. But when it comes to Fulani herdsmen, when it comes to IPOB, even without nomenclature, they still declare them terrorists and designate them as such. And we know before Global Terrorism Index designates Fulani herdsmen as fourth most dangerous terrorist organization in the world, they knew that they were a tribe. It is because of their activities. And the activities is more in Nigeria globally, even as we speak. So for the fact that the bodies like UN, European Union, a country like United States of America, UK, Canada, Russia, did not see IPOB the way Nigerian government sees them, tells you that Nigerian government is wrong.
Thank you so much, Pastor Matthew, for having you this morning. Viewers over the world, thank you so much. This is the Waymaker TV. This is your first time of watching our video. Please kindly subscribe to this channel. Drop your comments here and let us know whether we are on the right track. Thank you for watching.